Hello and welcome to my first Blu-ray haul of 2021. January is just about behind us, so it's time to look back on the month and what movies I picked up. Welcome once again, my name is Austin, and this channel is all about digging deeper and going further to better understand faith and film and everything that's in between. If that sounds exciting to you, make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any new content. As previously mentioned, we are in a new month, which means new movies. So let's jump in right away and start talking about the movies that I picked up this month. Now, I do have a few kind of leftover Christmas movies, technically, that I got. I'll kind of identify those as we go through them. They're just kind of money I got for Christmas that I didn't use until January to pick some stuff up. So I'm going to tack those in there as well, because obviously they're still new movies and they didn't make it into my December haul. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's take a look at the movie Crawl. This is one that I was introduced to through my brother. It was a 2019 movie, kind of like an underrated thriller, kind of almost in the horror genre, but a little more in like the thriller. I really enjoyed this one. It's got some really intense moments. It's got some really good special effects. I love that it kind of mostly takes place in one little area. Really cool little kind of thriller that if you've not seen this one, I definitely recommend it. I actually got this at a new store that I found. There's this used movie, game, and electronics store kind of up in the northern Ohio area, and I think they're out kind of in Indiana and stuff too. They're called Mega Replay. There's a couple other variations on the name, but I got this amongst a bunch of other stuff in that store. They are some of the best prices I've ever seen on used movies. Really good deals, like flea market prices on really good quality stuff. So this is the first of many pickups you'll see that I got at that store. Next, another pickup from Mega Replay, we have Flyboys. This is a war movie that I really enjoyed growing up. I've had it on DVD for a number of years now, and I've been wanting to get the Blu-ray, but it was like, 15, 20 bucks on Amazon, and I couldn't quite pull the trigger on it. Found this one at that store for like 4 or 5 bucks. Couldn't pass that one up. So haven't watched it yet since I got it on Blu-ray, but it's definitely one I want to revisit now that I have it in HD. Next, we have what I originally considered my favorite movie of 2019, what I would now consider my second favorite, in that I just have rewatched and thoroughly love Knives Out just a little bit more, but this is still such an excellent movie. I've been wanting to get this one on 4K. I was waiting for kind of the right time and the right price on it. It's kind of a hard movie to find. I ended up finding it at another store actually up in the Dayton area, and I don't remember the name of it, but they had some other incredible places. Like this month I found 2 new stores that have some of the best prices on movies I've ever seen. So I got this. I think I paid like $15 for it, which I thought was a great deal considering this one's hard to find and it really hasn't dropped in price since it came out. Next, another one that I found at that second store I just mentioned. This is Happy Death Day to You. I actually have not seen this one. I've only seen the first one so far, and I've been wanting to check this one out because I heard pretty much general consensus fans of the first one really enjoyed this one too, and I really had a lot of fun with the first one. I need to get it. I'm probably going to add it to my collection sometime this month because it's been a while since I've seen it, so I want to rewatch it and then finally check this one out for the first time. So this, like I said, this one's in really good shape. Came with the slipcover too, so I was really happy to find this. I think it's on Amazon for like, 15 bucks or so, but I ended up finding this one at that store for $5 or $6, so really good steal on that. Next, I'm gonna kind of show these a little bit all together. I picked up the Daniel Craig James Bond Blu-rays. I found all these at a couple different stores that I went to, so I got Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Spectre, kind of in anticipation of the new No Time to Die, which will eventually come out, hopefully. I rewatched all of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies and really kind of had a renewed appreciation for them. I always kind of considered Skyfall to be my favorite of his. I definitely appreciate Casino Royale, I think, just a little bit more, and I actually had a renewed actual appreciation definitely on the side of Spectre. The first time I saw it, I thought it was kind of boring. I wasn't really into it, but rewatching it again, I don't know if it was because I watched all of these in 1 week, but I just really enjoyed this one. I was really glad I gave it a second chance. So now I got all the Daniel Craig Bond movies thus far in my collection, and I eagerly await for No Time to Die to eventually come out. Next, we have a 4K Steelbook that has been on my radar for quite a few months now. This is for Leon the Professional. This is one of my favorite movies for sure. I mean, I've only seen this one a couple times, but this is just an incredible film. The fact that this movie came out back in the 90s and the 4K transfer for this is, I mean, I'm not super nerdy into all this kind of stuff. This movie looks like it could have been made today on the 4K transfer. It's incredible. I even gave my digital code to a friend of mine. I wanted him to see it so bad. He really enjoyed it too. So this is definitely a great movie. If you've seen this one around and haven't given it a chance yet, definitely pick it up. I highly recommend it. Next, we actually have another one. This is just a Blu-ray that's been on my radar for a while. I found Memento finally. Memento. I got this one at a Half Price Books, I think for $6 or so. This is another one, kind of like Flyboys. I've been wanting this one for a while, but it's like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon, and I just didn't want to pay that much. So finally, patience paid off, found it for $5 or $6. Picked it up. Super happy to have this one in the collection. I only need to get Following now for Christopher Nolan to have all of his movies on Blu-ray. Next we have one, this is a pretty exciting one. I'm happy to check these ones out. I watched the Scream movies not too long ago for the first time, at least the first 3. I haven't seen Scream 4 yet. I was able to watch all the other ones for free with ads through Vudu, so I was kind of hoping I could find the other one for free too. I might just end up having to pick it up though, but the Scream trilogy, I really had a ton of fun with these. I had never really checked them out before. I didn't really know too much about it, but now that I've been kind of getting into the horror genre, I mean, it only makes sense that I get into the stuff that just fully appreciates and kind of embraces and kind of exploits the horror genre as well, especially when it comes to 80s slashers. So these movies are a ton of fun. I had a great time with them. Definitely wanted to pick these up so that I can continue to revisit them, introduce them to friends, family, that kind of thing. So really excited to have this. This is actually one of the Christmas pickups. I forgot to mention Leon the Professional that I showed. That was a Christmas pickup too. And then I got another one coming in a little bit that I'll show you that was also a Christmas pickup for me. Next, I got another double up for you. If you remember from my December haul, my brother got me, I think it was my December, it was either my November or December haul. My brother got me the Star Trek Into Darkness Steelbook, and I had not had any of the Star Trek movies, at least of the new Kelvin timeline ones, in my collection, and so I was like, well, now I gotta get the other 2. And so he actually found them for me at a really good price at a Newbury Comics, and I just ended up telling him, you know, I'll trade you a couple movies that I don't want anymore, and so he got the first Star Trek and then Star Trek Beyond. So now I have all 3 Star Trek movies in the Kelvin timeline, so I can go back and rewatch these ones. I have not seen them in quite a while, so I'm looking forward to that rewatch. I'm a little bit more of a Star Wars guy. I do remember liking these movies the first time I saw them, but it's been a while and I would really like to give them another chance. Next, we have a freebie from my brother. He's been trying to collect all 5 Step Up movies, and so the best way for him to get the last one that he needed was to kind of buy a multi-pack, and so he didn't need Step Up 2 anymore that he had, so he gave that to me. Really excited. Now I got all 4 Step Up movies and I'm due for a rewatch on these. I enjoyed watching these growing up, so I'm really excited. I haven't gone back to these since then, so it's going to be really cool. See how much nostalgia I have for them. They were kind of like a fun little guilty pleasure for me growing up, so definitely excited to check these ones out again. Next we have what was my favorite movie of 2020, Tenet, and this is the 4K. I absolutely love this movie. I continue to like it even more in rewatches. I've actually watched it twice since picking it up, and I feel like I have a pretty decent understanding on the movie as a whole now, considering it's a fairly complicated movie. And actually a little bit of a plug here. If you come back next week, that's right, you need to make sure you're subscribed so you can come back next week. I'm going to be doing a Tenet video. Now, if you remember and you've been with my channel for some time, I've done kind of a Tenet review, but now that I've seen the movie a few times, I picked up on a good bit of kind of Christian themes and whatnot that I'd like to touch on in a separate video. So next week I'm going to have a little bit of like a breakdown of the Christian themes that I've picked up on in watching the movie a few times now, share those with you. So I'm really excited about it, kind of got my bullet points already, really interested. I'm really excited to put that one together, get it out for you guys. So look to that coming soon to the channel. So we have my last Christmas pickup, got this with some Christmas money, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall on 4K. Now, if you remember, I actually picked this one up on the standard Blu-ray, I think earlier this summer, and I ended up just selling the standard Blu-ray to my brother. Actually, it was either a sell or a trade, I don't remember, but I basically bought this movie on Blu-ray, and then like a month or two later the 4K came up, and I heard great things about it and was kind of bummed that I just spent basically the same amount of money on the standard Blu-ray as what the 4K cost. And so made up a deal with my brother. Now I got the 4K. So I haven't watched it since getting the 4K yet, but I can't wait to check it out. I love this one. This was the first time I saw this movie, or last year when I picked it up over the summer, and I'm really excited to kind of revisit it again. I'm hoping maybe the next time I watch it might be to show my brother. We'll see. But until then, really excited to have this one in the collection. Moving into a couple of TV pickups as we wrap up the haul video for this month, I have the final season of Falling Skies. I've been working on collecting this show for at least a year or so now, and though it wasn't in order in my picking it up, I do have the final season now. I just need to get season 4. So hopefully I can find that one for as good of a deal as I found these for like $5 each at used stores. So hopefully I can find it soon. If not, once I do get to in my rewatch of the series season 4, if I haven't found it yet, I may just have to suck it up and buy it on Amazon for like 20-something bucks. So we'll see, but until then, super excited. I only have one season left, and then I'll have this complete series and I'll be able to finish collecting a couple other shows that I'm working on too. My final pickup for the month of January, this is a really exciting one. I was not planning on starting to collect a new show anytime soon, but when I found this really cool kind of box set, almost digibook collector's edition of season 2 of the Clone Wars, I couldn't resist. It was for a really good deal, and if you know anything about this show, you know it's pretty great, first of all. Second of all, physically, it's a really hard series to find. So pretty much anytime I come across it, I feel like I should pull the trigger on it because it's so hard to find for a good price. So you know what? I bit the bullet, bought this one. So this will be the first of hopefully many that I can get in the collection eventually. Like I said, it's a really cool kind of digibook. Comes with a little like booklet inside that's kind of like some concept art and stuff like that to go along with the series. So I mean, I love this show. Tons of nostalgia for it. I watched the show growing up a bunch. The final season was excellent. So really excited to this will probably be a slow one to pick up all of these ones, but I'm super excited to have this in the collection. So that wraps up my Blu-ray haul for the month of January. Make sure you comment down below with what you've been picking up so far in the year 2021. I feel like I say this at the end of every video, but I mean, it was another big month of pickups. Thankfully, a lot of it was thanks to Christmas money, as well as some movies that I got rid of, sold, traded, gifted, all that kind of stuff. So as always, I'm thankful to add a ton of stuff to the collection every chance I get, and I'm looking forward to what the month of February has in store. So, as mentioned previously, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on my Tenet kind of Christian analysis coming next week to the channel. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.